Hello everyone and welcome. I do not have an intro, but I do have a brand new series for this channel. Will be the last series that I'm starting, despite this channel being very new and all the other series have also just started. Probably not, because I can't stay focused on one thing and I have a lot of ideas. So what I can tell you though is the idea behind this, because this time we're kind of having a challenge. We are building with only base game pieces in this. So you might be wondering why? Well, because the base game is pretty amazing. I'm a big fan of the base game, and this entire video is probably going to sound a lot like a big old advertisement for the base game, but I mean, I really love the base game. And before I get too much into my love of the base game, I'll just tell you what this video is about, or what you see in the background is me building a enclosure for the cheetah. So this is what you're going to see in the background while I ramble on about the base game. And we're going to talk about the build a little bit later on, but for now I kind of want to get into this series slash challenge that I've given myself here, because like I said, I will only use base game pieces for this. And the reason is just that I really love how many pieces we have in the base game, and it's not so much a challenge as a reminder to myself that you don't need DLCs at all in this game, at least not for a long time. I mean, I know that I've gotten the DLCs before I've even built for all the animals. I still haven't built for all the animals in the base game, which is crazy. Like, you get so much out of this game with just the base games. I've been playing it without DLCs for a long time, and it's so much fun. And even, no, especially in comparison to other games, where the base game really is only the base. This has so many options, so much variety, so many game mechanics, so many animals, so many pieces. It's such an amazingly big and detailed base game, which you really don't see that much with games that rely on DLCs. So that being said, you will still, if you right now are over here yeah, I only have the base game, or I'm thinking of getting the base game, do it. You will have a lot of fun with the base game alone. However, you will get the DLCs, because the good thing is the DLCs are pretty amazing even though you don't need them. And I think this just kind of attests to how cool this game is, that you don't need the DLCs to have fun. You will have a lot of fun for a long time with just the base game and just everything the base game has to offer. But, you know, you will still want to get the DLCs because they can still get you excited for this stuff. So I think to me it's really that it has a very cool, positive community, and I've just now gotten kind of into looking into the forums, or not looking into the forums, I've always done that, but actually posting there, which I was kind of timid about. I don't really know why, because the people are really nice, but I think just reading stuff about it there, or hearing YouTubers talk about it, like Planet Zoo YouTubers, gets you so excited for all the new animals, gets you so excited for the new pieces. And I don't know, I mean, even though it'll take you a long time to build for all the base game animals, I've not built for all the base game animals, let's be honest. This is the first time of me building for the cheetah, I think. So yeah. I mean, but you still get the DLCs because you get so excited for the DLCs through the community, and also, you know, the trailers, they look so good. This is such a pretty looking game. But yeah, I mean, this perfectly leads us to the conservation DLC that comes out, and I have such a hard time saying conversation. That is exactly the problem that I have with it. I always say conversation instead of conservation. So the conversation. You know what? It's the conversation pack now. So the conversation pack comes with a lot of backstage pieces, which I'm so excited about. I've been wanting new backstage pieces forever, and funnily enough, like not a couple of days, but a couple of weeks before, you know, building this build and before hearing about the new DLC, I actually went in and created a lot of backstage pieces from in-game pieces. So I made brooms and rakes and whatnot with in-game pieces, and also I try to make sure that I've used a lot of like mostly base game pieces to create the brooms and everything, because I thought to myself, like, okay, you're going to be building this base game zoo soon and you're going to want to have backstage stuff, so keep that in mind. And now there's a DLC that gives me all of that, which obviously continuing this new base game based series, I will not be able to use the pieces from the conservation pack, but I will be able to use mine. So here's a question: would you still want to see me build these like base game piece backstage area things? It's just like brooms and rakes and everything. I mean, obviously I can put them on the workshop, because this is another thing that I really wanted to do with this zoo, which was kind of basically the idea of why I wanted to limit myself, is because not everyone has all the DLCs, not everyone is able to get them right away. I mean, they are really inexpensive, but I mean, who are we to know who can spend money on DLCs right when they come out? Or maybe you have a few, maybe you're not interested in some of the animals, so you're not getting all of them, but that leaves you to the problem that you can't always use workshop items if you're missing a certain piece that comes with a certain DLC, and maybe you just don't have the DLC because you don't like the animals, and now you can't use certain blueprints because they use items from the pack that you don't want to get because you don't like the animals, you know what I mean? And to kind of give everyone the chance, like new players or people that don't want to spend the money on it or can't spend the money on it or just don't want the DLCs, you know, I still want people to have a chance to get a zoo that they can tour and blueprints that they can use. And I think this is kind of the end product of this little series, is that there will be a zoo that everyone can tour, and I hope that there will be some blueprints along the way. I've not really yet found something where I'm like, yeah, this is definitely a useful blueprint for other zoos. But if you see something in this video or in the videos to follow this, definitely let me know. I can try to make things blueprints, even if it's like a fence or something, although I am very bad at making fences. I mean, in this one, granted, I'm kind of happy with the fence, and I've already built on and made 2 other enclosures, and I've reused the fence. See, I'm building the fence right now, and I'm going straight in knowing what I want to do, which is very rare for me. So yeah, the fence was a thing, and stuff like that. Like this you can make blueprints out of, but if you just go to a workshop, a lot of things now have the DLC pieces in it, which is totally understandable. Like, usually I don't pay attention to whether or not the pieces I'm using are from a DLC or from the base game, but I know that's like most of my go-to favorite pieces are from the base game, so I knew I could build in it without bigger problems. Honestly, I think the biggest problem that I have is not having the aquatic rocks. That is a challenge. The aquatic DLC is not like my favorite, but the rocks, I really need them. Like, I was struggling without those rocks. So, yes. But other than that, I think it'll be very manageable, because the base game is so amazing. And I also think if you look at the game, like, I didn't even start playing it when it came out. But even I've seen how much it improved since I started. So looking at older videos, like you can see how much work still goes into this, how much work still goes into every little update that comes up, or not little, they're big updates, and they are working so hard on this game, which is so amazing to see. And they really listen to the people who play it, which is even nicer to see. And I think this will kind of highlight it. Like, you can build an entire diverse and interesting zoo with just the base game. I mean, I'm saying diverse and interesting after having one animal in, but I mean, we know the animal pieces and what the base game animals, not so, you know, and I just think this is like a fun little challenge, not too challenging though. But this is also something that I wanted, because the other two series that I have right now, they are somewhat more themed. I mean, the tropical one is very themed, and the other one, obviously, I have to kind of go modern and a lot of money put into it. But with this, it's kind of like a city zoo with an extra little challenge on top of it, which I found really enjoyable. And like I said, I've already built 2 other enclosures that are coming up in this, because this is just very relaxing to build. I don't need any reference pictures. I can just go where my mind takes me, basically. And yeah, like I said, okay, maybe this is like the perfect segue. I didn't really have a reference picture for this, so now we're going to be talking about the actual build. I didn't have a reference picture for it. I did, however, kind of have this idea from a real life zoo. I've seen this quite a few times, but off the top of my head, I can only remember that I've seen it for hyenas, where they kind of make a racetrack and have a like faux animal, like a prey animal that they can run after, and it's kind of like on this like almost like a cable car thing. Like, they will run it across the exhibit and they can chase after it. And this is what I'm trying to build here. Funnily enough, like, I thought this was gonna be like the highlight, like the focus, the first thing you see, but it kind of blends so much in the back that it's almost like, why are the visitor stands there? Because in the back, I don't think you've seen it yet that much, but in the back we are building like almost like an arena show kind of thing, and obviously the idea is that the visitors can sit down and watch the cheetah chase the prey thing on this cable car thing. And then there's also this educator thing, you know what I mean. The idea with this obviously being that the educator will talk the people through what is going on. Like, the educator would put something to chase on there, like food, I guess, and then start the machine to have the cheetahs chase it. Also, I don't know why I keep saying jaguar. I know the difference, but the thing is that the German word for cheetah is very close to, or closer, I guess, to the word jaguar. I don't know, it really confuses me. But so if at some point I've said the word jaguar, I'm talking about cheetahs. I know that the jaguar is not from the base game, first of all, and second of all, it's a different animal. So I'm aware. But yeah, I hope it doesn't even happen, but whatever. So the educator will talk the people through the show and obviously give them information about the animals that are in this exhibit. And oh my god, I found out the cutest thing when I was filming the what's this called, the cinematics. That's the word I'm looking for. So when I was recording the cinematics, I found the cutest thing, and this just shows me that I spent too much time building and not enough time looking at this game, because the educator, when they are talking about the cheetahs, they kind of make this like make their hands into like little cat paws and almost like hiss, you know, and it's so cute. I've never seen that before. Maybe it's a new animation or something, but that was so adorable. And I've put it like at the very end of the cinematics because fortunately I filmed it or like recorded the screen when it happened, so that was so cute. It was so adorable. And there are so many adorable animations that I've never seen, and I think, you know, that's like the you know, that's what the builders get. We miss out on stuff, but I love building the most. I love designing and creating and everything, so yeah. But I'm trying to pay more attention to the animations because they're so cute. Like that just reminded me, and I'm actually now that I'm talking about it with the cinematics, I'm actually really proud because I took them first this time. So I know what will be at the end of the video, because I realized that the first few things that I recorded, I was like talking and I didn't even know if I was going to be able to show everything that I was talking about in the end in the cinematics. And now I do know because I've just done them, and I think they turn out really nice. I think this type of foliage, like the savanna kind of thing, when you put it with a certain light in the game, it looks so pretty. It almost looks like you're in a savanna, so I really like that. I'm really finding that taking cinematics is really fun. I didn't think, I thought this was going to be one of those things that is like, yeah, you kind of have to do them in the end once you're done building. But to me, it was really like so rewarding to see it like in like a prettier way to film it than just building it, I guess. So yeah, I really like doing that. I did not expect to like that. I thought that, you know, building is fun and then everything else is just kind of like, yeah, you know. But no, everything is pretty much fun. I'm really struggling with the voiceovers though. You can probably tell, but a lot of times I'm like, oh, what do I say now? But I mean, I think this is just something that you kind of have to get used to, hopefully. But I'm really trying to also not make the videos too long, because not only do I have to talk, but someone has to, oh, you not have to, but you know, if you want to, you watch it and you hear me talk for that long and you watch for so long and it's repetitive and all that. So I really try to figure out like what can I cut out, how can I shorten these videos, which is a bit of a challenge actually, but I think, you know, I'm really easily getting the hang of it now, because this actually was, I think, the second video that I've not edited but like made the first few attempts of editing on. And the first time I did it, it was like 48 minutes without the cinematics. So 48 minutes of just building. And then today I looked at it again and I saw so many things already that I was like, you know, I can cut these things out. I understand it better already. And, you know, now it is, I think without the cinematics, it was less than 30 minutes, I think, or about 30 minutes, which is crazy. That's like 18 minutes of, look at me doing quick math. But that was like 18 minutes of footage that probably the first time I edited I would have left in. So that's really fun. That's a fun journey. It's not like I've never edited videos before, but I've definitely never done stuff like this, you know? Like sped things up and had to make it a certain time or whatever. I mean, I don't have to, but I don't want it to be that long. So I think now for this, like, it's a huge build, and obviously also these like the little arena thing, it also takes more time because you actually also build something for your visitors, not just the animals. So obviously that takes more time to build. So I think for that and really many cinematic things, because it was just fun to make, 30 minutes I think is good. I think I'm good with that. I'm still trying to make it shorter, and I think that the next two ones will be shorter. And also, I don't know about you, but when you're building a zoo, the first few things, they always take you the longest because you don't really have your color palette yet, you don't really have your material palette yet, you don't, you know, you're just still figuring out your zoo, and as you go, everything gets quicker, easier. You have things that you can reuse already. You have just your general vision that you can go by, and then, you know, everything gets easier, you know, once you really have a better feeling and vision for your zoo, or not vision, I mean, I have a vision right away, but yeah, it gets easier the more you've built within one park, and that is that. Right now, what you can see me do on the screen is build a little bit of a keeper gate, or an educator gate in this case, but definitely like a backstage thing. I always struggle to hide, or not hide, but realistically cut off the staff path from the guest path. So for this, I cut out a lot actually of me struggling to do this. Not the gate specifically, like the gate I just winged, but the pathing and the going up to the educator point, because behind this wall there's the educator thing, in case you couldn't tell. And that is really hard to, for me at least, it's really hard to figure out these like staff things, because you do see them in zoos, but they're always like purposefully created in a way where where they blend into the point where you like don't notice them. Like, you know that they're there and you see them and they're in plain eyesight, but your brain just skips them, you know? And to recreate that in the game is so hard to me, and I've seen other people do it very seemingly effortlessly. It's not effortlessly for me, let me tell you that. It's a lot of effort. In a second there, we will go over to... That was a short second. Okay, that was good. So we went over to the seating area for the guests that are kind of part of this, because obviously these like stands, they are part of the racetrack thing. There's not really a race, it's more of a chase, but whatever. But yeah, so the visitors can watch it from there, and I'm really happy that I didn't shy away from this, because I usually shy away from shading structures, and I didn't this time, so yay on me for building a fence and a shading structure and not being a crybaby about it. So that was good. And I think this is kind of the last thing that we do, because the enclosure itself is done pretty much, and so this is the last thing that we're actually going to be watching. So I think what I might do is leave you with some lovely music, and then I hope that you get to watch the cinematics, and if not, just skip to the end and watch the cute lady making cat sounds, or, well, you don't hear the sounds because of the music, but you can see her make cat paws and like go arr, and it's so cute. Just skip to the end. If you don't want to continue to watch, it's okay, but skip to the end and watch the lady. Just watch her like make the cat paws. It's so cute, I promise. So yeah, enjoy the rest of the videos, or enjoy the cat lady, whatever floats your boat, do it. But yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you enjoyed this. I hope I see you around another time. Bye!